Okay. So, these are my opinions. These are my thoughts. When this video gets uploaded, I want to hear no debates. I don't want to be back and forth. No going back and forth. And I'm not sucking nobody's dick. All right. These are my thoughts, my opinions. These are my top well, top whatever. I mean, I'm not this. There's really there is no order here. Um, these are the worst movies of 2023. So let's get in no particular order. Let's start with Miraculous Ladybug. Yeah, did you know there was a movie based on Miraculous Ladybug? I sure did, and it was on Netflix. So I popped it in, and this movie was obnoxious. This movie was just not this movie was just is a bunch of noises the movie, and that's crazy. And if this is nothing, it's just like the show, like the movie I just watched. This is one of the most obnoxious things in the world. This movie is just weird. It's just so it's just noise after noise, a bunch of giggling and screaming and squeeing and all this type of stuff, and then with some pretty visuals. I mean, it's actually it's a pretty looking film, but too bad that the script writing is very painfully bland. And oh yeah, did I forget to mention that this movie is also a musical? And some of the songs are just very forgettable, and you can tell that the voice actors or well, the people they're singing, the characters are singing, are sound drastically different as they were as their voice actors. Like they got different singing people. Yeah, it's that kind of movie, and yeah, it was just a drag to get through. It was insufferable to watch. So, I mean, if you're a fan of the show, I mean, I guess go watch it. I mean, if you already did, but I just maybe not want to watch the show because of how so much noise it brought to the table. Like, good God. I wouldn't call Five Nights at Freddy's bad per se. I just find it to be not all that interesting. Like, there's some decent atmosphere going on, but really, you're just looking at a bunch of animatronics here are just not all that scary. They don't look scary, they don't move scary, they just not all that threatening. I mean, the performances are nice, and so, and I mean, like I said, the animatronics are great, but it's not scary. I don't find anything to be scary. Like, not even jump scares are all that scary. It's just a movie that's just kind of it's well it's mid at best, but that's all I can ever say. I mean, it's out here for a reason. I mean, I don't know why I even put this in there for. It's a movie that I expected to be more, and all I ever got was just an kind of film. It's like, I mean, if the fan base like it, that's fine, but I don't see myself watching this again. I mean, maybe I know they're making a sequel, but I just hope they kind of upped up the series a bit more. That's all I ever say. This hurts, man. This hurts so much. And I love Fast and Furious. That's the worst part about it. I feel like this movie is just I think this is just Vin Diesel's having his head up his ass with this movie, and I can't like the amount of so much character, so much. I don't know. I can't even know what to really say now. Like, there's the amount of characters in this movie is crazy, and it's like I guess they were going for an Infinity War type movie, but I don't think it's done well. It's like they try to do a part one. It's not even done well. It's just none of it seems like no sense of resolve. It just ends abruptly, and I just feel, man, they better end this franchise in some sort of good note or whatever. Like, they better end this up before it gets worse, which it's not gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna make money regardless. I mean, they better find some way to cap this off. They better not be no part three of this. Like, come on, make your part two, tell your story, end it off in a high note, and then we'll move on. All right, shoot. I think that this is one of the. I think I'm feeling the cracks now that this. I'm with this. I've been with this series for all this time, but man, this just started. The cracks are showing for me now. Like Vin Diesel, come on now. We gotta we gotta do better. End this off with a high note, please. End this off before it gets worse, please. Like, come on. I love this franchise to death, but just end it before it gets worse. That's all I've ever wanted, please. Well, next up we got is The Meg 2. Yeah, way to waste our time there, movie. Like, for a movie called The Meg 2, there's barely any Megs in this shit. It's just these are people that are just underwater that do these dumb little decisions, and one point that, oh yeah, if you clear your sinuses, you'll breathe underwater. Apparently, according to the movie, what reality is this? Doesn't make any fucking sense for a movie called. Yeah, you know what? I realize I use the term "made no sense" about a big giant fucking shark, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, this movie's called The Meg, with barely any sharks in it, until the last like 20 minutes of action going on. Yeah, remember this is an action movie. Last 20 minutes of action is almost just too little too late, really. Like, this is just a big waste of time. Not worth it. I'm glad I didn't see this in theater because I was seeing, TMNT, Mutant Mayhem, a much better film. Yeah, it's just not very good. Like the first one is miles better, which is not really that great, but it's enjoyable. This one is just boring. Like, just any other sequel that's just not as good as the original. So, or not as entertaining at least as the original. So I would really skip out on this thing. This movie is not worth it. Not all that fun up until the last 20 minutes or so. If you see a shark or any other creature underwater that likes to fuck people up, so just don't watch this. Oh my god. Just put it up. Just put it up. Everybody knows what's coming. It's coming. You know it's on the list. It's over here. It's on here now. Worst movie of the year, in my opinion. Not good. Not very good. And it just makes you wonder. Like, I'm, I'm trying to get it, man. I just don't get it. I'm trying to get it, man. I just don't understand. Like, tell me why do we have a PG-13 cut of a movie that's on Netflix? Where you can do whatever the fuck you want on Netflix. You could do anything you want on Netflix. No creative control. But they decided to come in and make and chop this movie down. And then the worst thing is Zack Snyder is into this shit. He's onto this shit too. Which made me respect him a lot less now if he's gonna put shit like this now. And man, I just even the movie itself isn't interesting. Like, it's just the first hour and a half just a bunch of it's just planet hopping and recruiting a bunch of randos. And then at the end, they got a battle going. In the end, it just makes you go, what even is the point now? I don't even think the extended cut is gonna be that much help either, but we'll see. Maybe part two might be a whole lot better. We actually get some actual action going. Man, this was more a waste of time than Meg 2, honestly. I mean, I don't know. And I'm still stand by my statement that saying that in terms of Zack Snyder films chopped down to a PG-13 or a theatrical cut or whatever you call it, Justice League is better. At least I'm watching a movie. This is just nothing. And I'm really starting to get very sick of his style. Like, he needs to change it up a bit, please. Get some color going. Like, I don't know. I know it's like hypocrite for me to say that because this is coming from someone that likes Man of Steel and some of his other films, but man, who would have thought who like it's not that hard to make a space epic fun or at the very least like entertaining. It just is not entertaining to me. I mean, well, not I'll get me wrong. There's some cool shit in there. I mean, I mean, there's some cool fight scenes, but cool fight scenes, Sophia Botella being a badass. Nice visuals too. I mean, the world's interesting, but aside from that, it's just it doesn't feel interesting to me. Maybe the extended or the director's cut is better. Hopefully, I'm not too sure about that since of what the movie is. I guess it's like a different version. We gotta stop director's cuts. I'm sorry, I'm sick of director's cuts now. Just make one version of a movie and that's it. Make it. You can get a director's cut, but Jesus Christ, just at least make one so I can just watch a movie and be over with. Get over it. I'm really sick of it now. It's just it's really getting on my nerves now. I really sick of it. Oh my God, we need to stop doing director's cuts and really, Zack Snyder, you gotta stop that shit, bro. Please. Enough with the slow-mo. Put some color in your movies, please. Oh, good God. Have some energy, I feel. Ugh. Oh God. So yeah, these are my worst films of 2023, and yeah, uh, like I said, I'm no one to hear no crying, no bitching, no moaning or anything like that. I don't want to hear no. I don't want to be back and forth with anybody say, "Oh, you put this in your worst list. You think Rebel Moon is the worst movie of all time?" Yes, I did. I ain't sucking no cocks today. All right, shit. Deal with it. Cope. Pound sand. Move on. So, but that being said, 2024, I'm hoping it be a better year for movies. Well, I expect some shit, but we'll see about we'll see. Give it time, give it time. You know, we're like 3 days into the New Year's. Just or 2 days, or I kind of lost track now, shit. But anyways, let's hope for a good year. Happy New Year's, happy 2024. Let's get cracking.